Hey guys, it's Lori with a voice in the dark, and it's the 4th of July. And of course, that's the day that here in America, United States, we celebrate our independence from Europe, from Britain. It was bigger than that, though, and I think that somewhere along the line we're losing our reference, which is the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. And this country was founded so we would have religious freedom, and it would not be involved in our government. Church and state are to stay separate for a good reason, because we all worship differently, and we have a right to that. I don't want anybody taking that right away. Do you? And I don't want to be governed by someone else's religion. Do you? 1 year it could be this, next year it'll be that. And I mean, we could go around every religion there is, because we have every religion there is in this country. And each of us, each of them, each of all of us has a right to do their worship the way they choose, with bringing harm to none. And it does not belong in our government. Our government was set up so that it would take in consideration all parties involved. And we're all from Europe, for God's sakes. We're all Heinz 57 by now, except there are some of the new ones. But we came here for all the right reasons. Let us not forget what they were. Stand up. We need the men that are good men to stand up with the women. We can't afford to lose our rights. That's ridiculous. And it's our body. And we're supposed to be responsible for the bodies that are already here, that are alive. We just can't afford to forget the importance of our journey, our legacies of this country. What the hell are we fighting for every year somewhere over in Europe or wherever? I don't feel like going through the map. But anyway, what do you believe we're fighting for? Think about it. And think about this. I was fortunate enough to have a conversation with a very influential man, family. I won't say who it is, but let's put it this way. He's in the upper category of who runs the world, helps run it. And I'm going to tell you now what he said to me, and it was one of the final things he said to me. We were having a conversation. We'd been having a conversation off and on for months. And we were talking about humans. You see, we're not the only ones here. And you're a damn fool if you don't believe it. And everything we've been told as far as most of our religions is very partial truths and a lot more lies. Anyway, I'm not here to argue that. You're allowed to worship any way you want, but let me tell you something. Your relationship with God, Goddess, all that is, Source, is between you individually and Source. That's where your power comes from. And you have a right to that power. And this is what that man said to me, the last thing he said to me. He was so frustrated because I couldn't fit in where he would like me to fit in. And he said, "Why do you care about them so much?" And I looked at him and I said, "No, the question is, why don't you?" You all are in charge of our world. Why do you hate us so much? Or them, however you want to look at it. I know I'm a star being, so I'm not too worried about that. But the thing is I love humans. They are creative and they're adventurous and they're sullen and they're lonely or they're quiet or I mean they have a whole plethora of feelings and ideas and emotions and heart. It takes great heart to fight these wars for these big businesses and these men that rule the world. It takes great heart to come home and love your family anyway, even though you feel totally different on the inside from fighting that war. And it takes great heart for the families at home to bring their loved ones back and try to make a cushion for them, even though we will never understand what they went through because we were not directly there. We just know that it's a burden that our loved ones are going to carry from here to kingdom come. And I'm asking now all Americans and all people in the world, I mean, because we need to stand together. We, the people, the world. Because the handful of rulers that truly rule our world, and they've been doing this obnoxious division of us forever, and that's why you're seeing this big money movement happening to different particular families. And the race is on because they want to be the next one that's at the top, that gets to call the big shots. I guess it's a time of changing of the guard, I guess you might say. I hope they change the whole damn guard, but you never know. I have put that in. They're well aware of my opinion on these things. But I wanted you to be aware that they think that we are disposable and we are unworthy of God's love. That was their whole intention all along, to prove to God we were unworthy of His love. Now, problem is, God's love was with us the moment He thought of us, the day we became an entity, an individual spark of light, a spirit and consciousness. God doesn't hate Himself. He will never hate Himself. Not completely. Sometimes, we go through bad spells because we're each part of God. But He loves us the way we are. Unique and different. Brilliant and creative. Sorrowful and loud and rowdy, but not hateful. Hateful is for the ones that don't have a soul, that can't evolve because they choose not to. So this 4th of July, take a little time to go back and read the Constitution and the Bill of Rights and all the articles. Educate yourself before we go into this next voting in November. And remember, we are the voice. We are the voice of the people. Each one of us. That's our superpower. And it's time we started using it deliberately. Not sitting on the sidelines anymore. Our future can be as bright as we choose. So start choosing and start being part of the changes. Because it's going to take all of us. We've held the light and we've held the love. And now it's time for all of us to stand up and start making choices, including our government. So get out and vote. But before you do, I want you to study that Constitution and the Bill of Rights. And then I want you to check out who your senator is, your congressman, your mayor, your everybody, and see what their attitudes are. Are they just placating you by giving you another set of propaganda and bullshit? Every time the Democratic Party, and I have the Republican Party sending me stuff too, because I was curious. And it's just bullshit that they send. It's just obnoxious, putting the other one down. That's it. There is no government being spoken of. No rights, no Constitution. We have to stop what's happening. And we have to stop it now. So get your heads out of your asses and start becoming a part of the solutions. There's brilliant solutions. That's the wonderful thing about humans. They always come up with something brilliant. It's cool. So, and stop the fighting and the shootings and then they're lashing out. It has to stop. Now listen to me. Take that energy and you and your buddies, instead of shooting somebody, sell the fucking guns and start buying property in your neighborhoods and building gardens. Food is the next big thing for money. Piss them off. Piss them off big. Take your drug money and spend it on farming, whether it's little acreage or if it's big buildings and you're doing the indoor thing. And don't worry about pot. They'll always have pot for you. Do food. Food is the future. So I say put down the guns and everybody pick up a friggin' shovel and a book on how to garden. And, you know, you got all your elderly out there that know how to garden. They've been through all this crap before and they don't want to see it happen again either. And they won't be here much longer for us to be able to bleed them for every ounce of information they've got. Because we will survive, we will thrive if we all stop and give a shit and say, hey, they want us divided, the hell with it. We're going to be together. They want us to be violent. Screw them. We're not going to be violent here. Sell them all back to the pawn shops and shit or wherever, you know. And you know, get some muscle and, you know, spend that money that you get from all that dealing and buy up the land and buildings, empty buildings. And then look how to, you know, indoor farm. Get busy. Do the opposite of what they want you to do, what they expect you to do. Don't give in to them. It's too easy. Become your own solution. Fighting and killing each other is not a solution. It's pretty stupid. Of course, I smoke and that's stupid too. Maybe we both have to change. What I'm saying is, you going to let them direct your life where they want it to go, or are you going to direct it your own damn self? That's what you got to think about this 4th of July. And remember, the ones that rule here, the upper echelon, they don't like us. They don't like you. They don't like me. They don't like anybody human. We're throwaways to them. And I don't know about you, but I like me. And I'm sure you like yourself. And we can like each other even more if we start being the solution to humanity instead of the destruction of humanity. God bless. This is Lori, out. From A Voice in the Dark, 4th of July, 2022. Godspeed, everyone. But think about it. Think hard. And brainstorm. You know, get out there and brainstorm with each other instead of fighting and killing each other, because it's stupid. And it just feeds the fire that they started. Now, put the fire out. And join the human race, and let's make it what we want it to be. Kind of cool, you know. And food is the future, but don't let them own it. Don't let them rule it. You rule your own damn food. You hear me? I'm telling you now, rule your own food. And learn as much as you can. There's libraries all over, and you got the damn internet. Use it instead of looking up what bitch looks like this and what bitch looks like that. Start looking up some damn things that will make a difference in your life, my life, and the world's life. You're smarter than this. All of you are. And I don't care if you're black, white, Hispanic, Chinese, Japanese, Iranian, Iraqian. If you're in the United States, you're a United States citizen, and by God, you are a human. And you will think about these things. Think hard. Soul search. Because I think you'll come up with the same decisions I did. We, all of us, humans, are worth fighting for. And God does love us. He always did, always will. So, blessed be. Sorry. And, ciao and all that stuff. Love you. And we'll get back to some of the other stuff I usually talk about. Talk to you later. Lori. A Voice in the Dark. Spirits Crossing. Talk to you later.